Hey, house guests! Welcome to today's Big Brother 26 updates and spoilers. I hope you're all ready for some insanity. It's a wild ride today. Our house guests of the day are Jim Bergeron and Justin Stiles. Yay! Thank you both so much for the support. We could not do this without you, and we appreciate you so much. So thank you again. And if you guys want to be house guests of the day like Jim and Justin, check out our Patreon link in the description below. It's only $1 for a holla. And while you're down there, we have a link for Paramount Plus. And if you want to try out the live feeds and you use our link, it really helps us out. So we appreciate that as well. Okay, so things have really changed since we left off yesterday. Just to give you an idea of where we were at the end of yesterday's spoiler, we had Kimo and Angela up on the block. McKenzie had won the power veto. And it seemed like the week was pretty much settled. McKenzie seemed pretty set on leaving the nominations the same. She wanted Angela to go, and everybody was on board with this move except for Angela and Leah, who were unaware of it, right? McKenzie has not been honest with them about her true intentions this week, so they were left out of that plan. And it looked like Angela would be going to the jury house with Leah as the next house target going into the double eviction. But this is season 26, and it's insane. I mean, we haven't had a week yet where the veto hasn't been used, right? Why stop now? Also, let's see some more people trash their games because that's a lot of fun. I've been enjoying it. So let's get into it. Angela was talking to Leah in the bathroom yesterday, and Angela's asking Leah, do you think McKenzie wants me to go this week? And Leah's like, I don't think so. Like, she hasn't said that to me because she's been lying. But Angela also wants to know, does Chelsea want me to go this week? And Leah says, Chelsea has not expressed that to me either. However, Leah says, I am not the best person to be asking all these questions because people have flipped votes on me without telling me before. Plus, they know that I'm close with you. So there's a good chance that they're not going to tell me what they're actually doing. Correct, right? I mean, they're not going to tell Leah because they figure Leah will tell Angela and then there's going to be a meltdown and nobody wants that except for us. So Leah brings up Chelsea has been known to weasel around, so who knows what she's actually up to. And Angela agrees. She brings up how Chelsea twisted her words in the past, specifically about Leah. And she's referring to Chelsea's second HOH when Angela imagined that Quinn and Leah were creating an alliance with the trio. Remember, she was spreading that around, and then she was like, Leah, I never threw you under the bus. I would never do that. Right. Well, she's saying Chelsea twisted her words about that, but whatever. So Angela feels like at this point, McKenzie is not going to use the veto because she knows McKenzie doesn't want to get more blood on her hands this week. So she's got some observations here. Angela and Leah have been getting very worried about how close McKenzie is to Chelsea. And Angela says, I can tell that McKenzie is the most loyal to Chelsea above anybody else because Chelsea is the first person that McKenzie looks at when she celebrates, like when she's celebrating a competition win or whatever. Oh, snap. That's a good observation. I mean, she's not wrong, right? But Angela also points out that Chelsea and Cam are more loyal to each other than they are to McKenzie. And Angela's reads are pretty spot on. I mean, that is very accurate as well. So she sees what's going on here. She just needs to know what to do with it. So a little later, McKenzie, Cam, and Chelsea are chatting in the kitchen. And here we go. This is where things really start to pop off. So remember how the other night Leah spilled her guts to Rubina and was talking about how she made a mistake and her true plan for her HOH would have been to target Chelsea, but she felt like she couldn't get it done because they were in Janky World. She couldn't have all the conversations that she needed to make that happen. So she took out T-Core instead. Okay, so Rubina told McKenzie about all that. We talked about that yesterday. And now McKenzie is spilling all of this to Chelsea and Cam. So she's letting them know, hey, Leah told Rubina that she wants to take out Chelsea, and that's what she wanted to do during her HOH week. So this is fuel for Chelsea and Cam to start pushing again for Leah to go. Because we know that they wanted Leah out this week, but they were like, you know what? McKenzie's not going to go ahead with this move. They were kind of just accepting defeat and being like, whatever, we'll take out Angela this week and get Leah next week. But now they're like, we have confirmation that Leah is targeting at least Chelsea, if not also Cam. So they're turning it on into overdrive to try and get Leah up on that block. So they start pushing hard for McKenzie to use the veto and put up Leah. So Chelsea is saying Leah is clearly trying to pull in Rubina and Chemo so that it'll be 3 versus 3 when Angela goes. And Chelsea says Leah does not have McKenzie's best interest in mind, which is funny because Leah definitely is trying to look out for McKenzie more than Chelsea and Cam are at this point. We saw the other day, Chelsea and Cam have been discussing the possibility of taking a shot at McKenzie during the double eviction. Leah wasn't planning on doing that. But McKenzie is saying she wants to keep Leah around because Leah can be a target for Chemo and Rubina if one of them wins HOH. She does not think that they would be as likely to go after Angela. Angela would not be a good shield for the current trio. But Chelsea and Cam are insisting, no. Chemo and Rubina would absolutely go after Angela because she did play a part in T-Core leaving last week, and she is their next target after Leah. So if Leah's gone, they'll go after Angela. So McKenzie's like, well, I don't want Angela slipping by again. She's been wanting Angela out since like week 1. So this is her chance to finally do it. And she's like, I don't want to miss this opportunity. And Chelsea's like, Angela's going to have no one if Leah goes. No one. And she is going to gravitate towards you. Wouldn't she? I mean, I guess she doesn't have much of a choice. But Cam brings up how Leah and McKenzie are like Angela's daughters in the house. So he's like, yeah, if Leah goes, Angela's going to gravitate towards her other daughter. That made me laugh a lot. But Cam is also pushing. We may not get this opportunity again. Leah has not been up on the block yet. Chelsea brings up Leah could win HOH again. And if she did, she's saying Leah would put up probably Cam and Chelsea. If one of them comes down, McKenzie goes up. And then one of their group is definitely leaving. So then Chelsea starts pushing that this move would help McKenzie gain the respect of the jury. And I feel like this is where McKenzie really starts to pay attention. Her ears perk up and she's like, oh, jury, you say, right? Because she's been starting to think about jury management. So Chelsea says you'd be taking out someone who hasn't even been on the block yet. You're taking out the person who got T-Core out. So you would definitely get all of the trio's jury votes, right? T-Core, Chemo, and Rubina. They're all going to respect you and vote for you to win when you get to the final 2. And Cam says Leah is the only one in the house causing problems. Causing problems translates to the only one targeting Chelsea and maybe Cam. That's what that means. So, again, he's saying you're going to gain the respect and the jury votes of the whole house. Yes, you may lose Leah's jury vote. She might be upset with you, but you're going to gain everyone else's. And they're also trying to sell it like, you're not the one voting Leah out. Like, the rest of us will be, so she's going to be mad at us, not you. Come on. She's definitely going to be upset with McKenzie for putting her up on the block. Let's be real. But Cam and Chelsea are promising that if McKenzie takes out Leah, they will take Angela out next week for McKenzie. And they're like, we're going to deal with her whining so that you don't have to. Now, I'm pretty sure that Chelsea and Cam would take a shot at McKenzie in the double eviction, not Angela. If the opportunity arose, they would definitely do that. I just feel like they are setting her up because she cannot play for HOH in this upcoming double eviction. So McKenzie could potentially be in a lot of trouble here. So McKenzie starts coming around the more they talk about these jury votes. And she's like, so do I just put Leah up without telling her before? And Chelsea says, well, Leah didn't tell anyone that she was going to use the veto on Angela, right? So maybe just clean it up with her after. You don't have to tell her ahead of time. So McKenzie's really just going to destroy her own game, huh? I mean, it was bad enough when she was planning on taking a shot at Angela, who is someone who would not go after her, who would be a vote for her in a positive way. But now she's potentially shifting her target to Leah, somebody who is definitely capable of winning competitions and keeping McKenzie safe. And not only is she going to go after her, but she wants to blindside her with this move. Absolutely insane. So this conversation ends when Leah walks in. Awkward. And I just want to say, what McKenzie should really be doing if she wants to win this game, this could be a game-winning move for her. If she used the veto on Angela, put up Chelsea as the replacement nominee, so you have Chelsea versus Chemo, and then you would have 3 votes probably to evict Chelsea, right? Because Rubina's not going to want to vote out Chemo, so that's 1. Then you have Leah and Angela, who both want Chelsea to go. I feel like that's one of the only opportunities to actually get Chelsea out. But McKenzie is never going to do that because she is Chelsea's puppet. Oh my God. She could win the whole game right there, but she won't do it. So later, McKenzie is chatting with Rubina in the HOH room. And McKenzie wants to know, when you were talking to Leah and she was saying that she wanted to take out Chelsea, was she also mentioning me as a target or just Chelsea? And Rubina's like, yeah, she wasn't really mentioning you as a target. She was just, it seemed like she was concerned about how close you've been getting to Chelsea. Yeah, exactly. Leah is not targeting McKenzie. She is actually targeting McKenzie's biggest obstacle to winning. But McKenzie doesn't want to acknowledge that. So then McKenzie and Rubina are discussing how they want to go to the final 3 with Chelsea. Rubina feels like she doesn't really have a shot at winning this whole thing. Oh my God. But she's saying she just wants to be a part of this historic moment. And the historic moment they're referring to, they are under the impression that there have never been 2 women in the final 2, which is not true. There have been like 5 different instances of 2 women in the final 2. I'm curious if they're still going to be all, I don't care who wins as long as I'm part of history, when they find out that that's not a history-making scenario. But anyway, McKenzie reveals that she is thinking about using the veto on Chemo and putting Leah up in his place. So, of course, Rubina's excited about this, right? McKenzie says, I want Chemo here. I think that this will show that I'm loyal to him. And Rubina's like, yeah, Chemo is better for your game than Leah is. Oh, hell no. He is definitely not, but okay. So McKenzie is also asking Rubina, would you feel safer in this game if Leah were to go? And Rubina says yes. So McKenzie says, all right, well, if I do make this move, it's going to be for the benefit of everyone else because I would be losing Leah's jury vote. So they're going to thank her by targeting her next. But she doesn't realize that. So McKenzie's asking also, if you were in the jury, not that I want you to go, but if you were in the jury, which move would you respect more? Taking out Angela or taking out Leah? So, I mean, she's just bringing up like all of Chelsea's talking points. It seems like those talking points really stuck with her. So Rubina is confirming that she, Chemo, and T-Core would definitely respect the Leah move more. So McKenzie's hoping, okay, if I do make this move for everyone else, this is for everyone else's benefit, I hope that you guys will all aid me in taking out Angela next week. We'll see. But Rubina says, yes, of course, I'm on board with this. Absolutely. Okay, meanwhile, Angela is out on the campaign trail. She has no idea what's happening right now. She's talking to Cam, and Angela says she feels like there's a good chance that McKenzie will not use the veto this week. Wait until she realizes. So she asks, how are you feeling about me and Chemo? Do you want me to be here? Or do you feel like Chemo is better for your game? And Cam is like, honestly, I just want to make sure that I'm going to be good next week. I want to make sure whoever stays is not going to put me up on the block. So Angela promises she would not put Cam up if she wins HOH. And she says, I'm a truthful person. So you can trust what I'm saying right now. So Cam agrees. He will check in with her again later in the week. They got to see what happens here. But after this conversation, Angela's alone and she tells the cameras, Cam is just going to do whatever Chelsea wants. I mean, kind of, yeah, right? I mean, we saw McKenzie and Cam go against Chelsea's wishes last week. And it's funny because I remember thinking, okay, McKenzie is winning the battle here with Chelsea of getting T-Core out. But, like, she's not winning the war because she is being convinced this week to make a move that is not going to help her game whatsoever. So later, Chelsea and Rubina are chatting in the backyard and they are talking some crap about Leah. Chelsea is like, first of all, I'm not sure why Leah feels so comfortable talking about targeting me with you. So they're also talking about how McKenzie is thinking about using the veto on Chemo and putting Leah up on the block. So they're excited about it, right? They want this to happen. And Chelsea also mentions that Cam wants to go to the Final Four with the two of them. So Cam, Chelsea, Rubina, and Chemo. And Chelsea's going on about how they know they can't beat McKenzie in the final two. She says she is very aware of that. When are people going to realize they can't beat Chelsea in the end either? I mean, wake up. Okay, so they're talking about all this stuff. Guess what? Leah was lying down on the balcony above them. They were talking by like the pool table and she was like right above them on the balcony. So she heard like whispering and stuff. And at one point, she pokes her head out and she heard Chelsea and Rubina be like, shh, and they got all quiet. Yikes. So Leah, how much did she hear? Leah goes to McKenzie and Angela who are chatting, and Leah's like, I'm freaking out. She's telling them what happened. You know, I was on the balcony. I heard whispers. They shushed each other. I don't know what's going on here. Unfortunately, she did not hear what they were saying, which honestly is really unfortunate because imagine she heard them blabbing about how McKenzie was going to put Leah up on the block. And even more so, like how they were saying nobody can beat McKenzie in the end and they don't want to go to the end with her. Can you imagine if Leah heard that and brought it back to McKenzie? I'm curious if it would have changed anything or if McKenzie is just so far gone, so dedicated to Chelsea that she would have been like, oh, she's just saying that. I wouldn't be surprised, but it would have been entertaining. So meanwhile, back outside, Chelsea and Rubina are like, oh my God, what were we saying? Like, did she hear us? What did we say? Did we say anything bad? I mean, you definitely said some stuff that shouldn't have gotten out. But again, they got very lucky that Leah could not hear what they were saying. So Chelsea checks in with McKenzie and they're talking about the situation of Leah, whether or not she overheard things. And McKenzie says, Leah came to me. She was freaking out, but she said she didn't hear anything. So Chelsea is like, she's super relieved. But they talk about the potential move to take out Leah. And McKenzie says after talking to some people, she feels pretty secure that no one would target her next week if she does go ahead with this move to take out Leah. Girl, what? Wake up. Who do you think the next big target is after Leah goes? Do you really think that people are going to choose to go after Angela over the freaking comp beast of the season? Excuse me. But like for real, get real. So Chelsea continues to pump McKenzie up. She's telling her nobody is coming after you. I'm not coming after you. Cam's not coming after you. Rubina, Chemo, nobody's coming after you. So McKenzie is like, all right, I guess we're going to do this, right? So she's wondering, do I tell Leah before or do I just let it ride and talk to her after? So Chelsea, of course, is advising her to navigate things with Leah after the POV ceremony. How convenient, right? Don't give Leah a chance to turn this around. So McKenzie is trying to come up with what she's going to tell Leah, and she's going to say, I didn't want you out, but everybody else does. That sounds so incredibly weak. Like you are basically just saying, I'm a puppet. I went against what I know would be good for my game, and I did what's better for other people instead. That's a terrible game move. So Chelsea is telling her, put the blame credit on everyone else, right? I mean, let's be real. Chelsea is going to get all of the credit for this move. She is convincing McKenzie to go after one of her own numbers this week. So Chelsea says, put the blame on everyone else. Say that you had to do this because you can't play for HOH next week. So you don't want to go against the majority and have them come after you. So Chelsea is telling McKenzie, Leah's going to get over it. Because McKenzie's worried, what if Leah doesn't even want to be my friend in real life after this? And Chelsea's like, it's fine. Like, we've all had to do this to somebody, and it's going to be okay. Okay. So later, McKenzie, Cam, Rubina, and Chemo report up to the HOH room to watch the Wild Robot movie. This is a reward from McKenzie's POV win because it was a movie tie-in for this week's competition. So it sounds like everybody loved the movie, of course. And while they were watching, Leah, Angela, and Chelsea were just kind of chit-chatting, talking about, past events from the season and whatnot. So yeah, I want to see that movie, but I know I'm going to cry. And they were talking about how they were all crying during it. So, but anyway, after the movie, McKenzie is holding one-on-ones in the HOH room. So let's just go through some highlights because we don't have time for that. So Leah was up first, and McKenzie is keeping her in the dark about what's about to happen. Oh my God. So McKenzie's saying, I don't want to use the veto. I just want to keep nominations the same this week. And Leah is bringing up some concerns. She doesn't feel good about where she stands with Chelsea. And she says, I made the moves that I did last week to try and gain trust with Chelsea. But I feel like no matter what I do, it's never enough for her. She says Chelsea is playing both sides. She gets other people to do her dirty work. Listen up, McKenzie. There's a lot of important information here, but McKenzie could not be less interested in what Leah had to say during this conversation. Leah is also expressing concern that if Angela stays up on the block against Chemo, she will get voted out. She says Angela is good for our games. She wouldn't put us up. So she's suggesting, like, maybe you do use the veto on Angela and put up Rubina, right? Just to ensure that Chemo would be leaving. But McKenzie's like, I don't want to do that. I want to leave nominations the same. So Leah is telling McKenzie, I've got your back. And she's like, I'm not the tallest crayon in the box, but I do my best. This girl is in for a shock. Oh my God. Okay. She's got no idea. So Cam is up next with McKenzie. And McKenzie is still trying to justify this move to herself. And McKenzie's telling Cam it's really hard to not let my heart take over. And she says it sucks because Leah is telling me that she has my back. But McKenzie says everyone's going to be upset with me if I don't make this move because I know that everyone else wants this to happen. Yeah, but like you're the HOH and this is not a good move for you. Not at all. So Cam is still pushing. Leah's got to go. He's saying Leah would do the same thing to McKenzie. I don't think she would. I don't think so. But Cam is also pushing that Leah is the best player in here right now. I wouldn't go that far. Even McKenzie, well, McKenzie's ego is humongous right now. So she was also like, I don't know about that. But Cam is saying, like, she's never been on the block before. And that's a big deal at this point. So anyway, after McKenzie is chatting with Chemo, and this conversation was such a freaking dumpster fire. So McKenzie lets Chemo know that she's thinking about using the veto on him and putting up Leah. And of course, Chemo's very surprised. He's very excited. But he's also asking, is that good for your game, though? So McKenzie's asking Chemo, which move would you respect more? Taking out Leah or taking out Angela? Again, she's bringing up Chelsea's talking points, right? About getting those jury votes. And Chemo's like, do whatever's best for your game. And he tells her, maybe you should get a second opinion. I mean, she is asking you, and you're not really giving her great input. Does he not want to come off the block? Like, why is he not being like, yes, absolutely, use the veto on me, put up Leah. I don't care who you put up, just use the veto on me. But he's like, not doing that. And McKenzie's asking him, is this a crazy move? Am I being crazy right now? And Chemo's like, well, it's kind of like half and half. So why I have to wonder, why is Chemo the one other than like Leah who doesn't know about this and Angela who doesn't know about this, whatever. Why is Chemo the only one showing resistance to this move when Chemo is going to directly benefit from this? Like he's going to get the veto used on him if this goes through and he's like, "I don't know, is this good for you? Is this a good game move? I don't know. Maybe check with other people." I guess he's just like not good at the game. I don't know. But later, McKenzie chats with Angela and McKenzie tells her the plan. She tells her a lot of stuff. She's like, I love Leah, but she is effing us over in this game. Is she though? And she's talking about all of Leah's final twos. She tried to have one with Brooklyn. She had one with Quinn, Joseph, whatever. And Angela's like, I feel sick. This is always Angela's response. I feel sick to my stomach right now. But Angela, oh, my husband's here. Angela is like, I want the veto used on me. Not Chemo. She is trying so hard to get this veto used on her. And she's like, you know what? As much as she's wanting to work with Leah, she sees this opportunity to potentially come off the block and stay in this game. Unlike Chemo. Like, she's fighting for this to happen. And she's like, I'll vote the way you want. Take me off the block. But it doesn't seem like McKenzie is budging on that front. So McKenzie's also saying if this move goes through, Leah will leave unanimously. Like she's telling Angela, you're going to be safe. You don't have to worry, whatever. Angela does not want people to know that she knows what McKenzie is planning here, right? Because she's supposed to be tight with Leah. So if she does not tell Leah ahead of time and Leah finds out, she's not going to be very happy with Angela. So what do you think McKenzie does after this conversation? She tells a bunch of people, I just told Angela what I'm going to do. Yeah. So anyway, Chelsea slept in the HOH room last night because she had to babysit McKenzie, right? And make sure she keeps this plan on track. She's also telling McKenzie, you can beat anyone in the final two. Like, everyone's going to respect this move so much. And McKenzie's like, I know, right? She even brought up how Leah has said that she was more compatible with Matt than McKenzie was. And Chelsea knows exactly what she's doing because this is working. This is making McKenzie want to take this shot at Leah even more. And it's just crazy because McKenzie has talked crap about Matt for like 2 months. She said, like, I don't like him like that. I'm not into him. But now all of a sudden that Chelsea is bringing up how Leah has been saying she was more compatible. And Leah has also brought up that Matt is like a more in shape and I think like younger version of her ex or something. Like she's definitely talked a lot about Matt. But now that this is all coming to the forefront, McKenzie is suddenly like, I might date him after this. I don't know. And she's all like into Matt again, potentially. For real though, like it's too much. Yeah, today everyone knows what's about to go down, except for Leah. Even Angela kept her mouth shut. Angela was telling Leah, like, I don't think McKenzie's going to use the veto today. So then they have the POV ceremony, and as planned, McKenzie used the POV on Chemo and put Leah up in his place. So we have Leah versus Angela for the first part of the double eviction. Oh my God. So then after the ceremony, Leah and Angela are crying together in the pedo bedroom. Leah is saying, I effed up. I went after the wrong trio last week. And she's really regretting putting up T-Core. She's like, T-Core was always there for me. I was afraid that she would beat me in the end, but at least she was like genuine with me and cared about me. And Leah is upset. She's really hurt because she feels like she's had McKenzie's back since week 1. I mean, they've had their blips, right? We've seen Leah and McKenzie both throw each other under the bus. But I do think that she wanted to continue forward with McKenzie into the end game here. So yeah, Leah's all, this is bullshit. She betrayed me. She says I should have trusted my gut. And she's saying this is 100% my fault. I mean, I think she's realizing mistakes were made, right? Not only last week, but I think she's even thinking back to when she used the veto on Angela during Quinn's HOH. And when Quinn was trying to convince her not to do that, he was talking about how there's a good chance that they're both going to end up on the block against Angela at some point, and they're going to go home against her. So now here she is on the block against Angela. And there's a good chance she's going home against her. Oh, so yeah, Leah has a lot of regrets right now, and she doesn't really want to talk to anybody. She's like really upset that she's on the block next to Angela because Angela's like the only person she's got right now. So throughout this conversation, Angela's just like, I feel sick. I feel like I'm going to throw up. So after a few minutes of this, Leah gets called to the diary room. Everyone else is upstairs comforting McKenzie because Mackenzie's so upset. Mackenzie's so upset that Leah apparently didn't even look at her after the ceremony, nor should she. I'd be pissed too. But they're all piling on about Leah, of course. And Mackenzie is saying, I hate that I had to do this. I mean, you didn't have to. You are the veto holder and the HOH. So this was 100% in your power. You did not have to do this. But I mean, she was being mind controlled by Chelsea, apparently. So I don't know. But Angela comes up to the HOH room. She reports, yes, Leah is upset. She's really hurt. She feels betrayed by Mackenzie. So Mackenzie asks everyone to leave so she can talk to Angela one-on-one. And Mackenzie just starts ranting about why she had to put Leah up on the block. I feel like she's still trying to justify it even to herself at this point. But Mackenzie's saying, Leah would have voted me out. I never would have done that to her. I mean, Leah never cast a vote against you, but you did just put her up on the block. So, yeah. Also, Mackenzie says, Leah tried to paint me and Cam as a showman. So that's bad for my game. But like when Leah brought it up to Mackenzie, she was trying to warn her, like, maybe you should create some distance here because people are going to target you if they think you're in a showmance with Cam. Also, she's like, Leah told Chelsea that I was a threat and that I had to go during Chelsea's HOH week. And I believe she told Angela, even if Leah was just saying that to try and get close to Chelsea, she doesn't care. She wants Leah out of here now. So Mackenzie is like, I have to think about myself in this game. And she says, I do not want to be seen as some naive 22-year-old who doesn't make my own decisions. I came here to prove that I can play my own game and make my own decisions. What? Then why did you go against your own self-interest to do Chelsea's bidding? How does this move benefit your game? Explain it, because it doesn't make sense. But she literally is being puppeted by Chelsea, and she just doesn't see that. She's oblivious to it. Like, yeah, she's the Lulu. So Mackenzie is going on and on about how she wants to go to the end with strong players. She wants it to be a difficult decision for the jury. So she's on her freaking righteous gemstone, self-righteous kick right now. She thinks she's going to beat anyone in the end. Girly, what you're not realizing is that you are the number one target now going into next week. So there is a good chance you are not making it to the end. But anyway, let's check in with Rubina and Chemo. They're both super excited. Of course, Chemo came off the block. That's awesome for them. But they're also excited that they will be getting some justice for T-Core this week. Leah is leaving, probably, right? She is the one who took out T-Core. So they are very excited about this. Leah, like I said, she got called to the diary room earlier, and then she went straight into bed in the pedal bedroom after her session was over. I don't think she's going to want to be talking to anybody for a while. Remember how upset she got when Quinn went up on the block? And she was also upset because she thought there was a chance that she could go up. Remember, she was upset that she was even being considered. So now that she's up there, I think she's going to need some time before she really talks to people. But meanwhile, Mackenzie is crabbing. First of all, everyone's all like, I can't believe the way Leah's acting right now. Give her a few minutes, right? At least. But Mackenzie is also going on and on about how Leah was saying that Mackenzie and Matt are less compatible than Leah would be with Matt. And Mackenzie's like, how do you know that? You don't know that. We're compatible. Like, we might date after this. She hasn't been interested in him for months. It's just insane to me. But Mackenzie will not stop talking right now. She's got this, like, crazed energy, and also the energy of a person who thinks they just made a game-winning move. I think she's going to be in for a surprise in a few days. But Anyway, we've got 3 days until the eviction. It's not looking good for Leah at this point. We'll see if she tries to campaign. I mean, we've still got 3 days in this house is like a lifetime. So we'll see if she comes up with anything. And we'll see if Angela can keep it together up on the block, because right now she's safe. But anyway, that's where we're at. So I want to thank you all so much for being here. It's been a crazy day. And I want to give a special thanks, to all of our super chatters. Oh my goodness. So let's see who we got. Jody Cortez. Thank you so much. Jody says, oh my God, Janky's death was like watching the movie Up. No. Yeah, like the first 10 minutes of Up. It was so sad. They really did Janky dirty. Like, I legit was about to start crying because it was really sad. He was a child. He was a baby robot. But Jody, thank you so much. Connor Benson, thank you so much. Connor says, I really want to have sympathy for Leah, but to be honest, I don't. Yeah, I mean, she really beefed it like a few times, right? She had 2 opportunities to strike at Chelsea last week. In my opinion, great game move for Chelsea, and even Cam signed Chelsea's name on that check. Yeah, I mean, I do think that Chelsea's a really strong player, but also this reminds me of season 16 with Derek, where it was like, yeah, he's a good player, but also like, look at the material he's working with. Like, these other house guests are just not on the same level. Like, this is not a level playing field. It's like they sent in a Major League Baseball player to play against a Little League team. Like, it's embarrassing. But she is running circles around these people. And I do think that Cam deserves some credit as well for this move, because he was instrumental in convincing McKenzie to do it. But I do think that Chelsea was the main orchestrator here, and she should get most of the credit for this move. But damn. Thanks again, Connor. Susan Pengelly, thank you so much as always. Really appreciate it. Benjamin, thank you for the super chat. Benjamin says MJ is a clown. Yeah, but I'm glad Angela's staying. Same. It's entertaining to watch McKenzie destroy her game like this, but even more so, I'm just happy that our girl Angela is managing to escape yet again. How likely is it Angela survives the double? I think there's honestly a pretty good chance because, well, I do think that some people will be targeting her, and if she doesn't win HOH, she's probably going up on the block. I don't necessarily see her as the main target. I think that McKenzie is the main target here. But Benjamin also says, if McKenzie leaves on Thursday, Angela will be in the final 5 with 2 duos. I think she has a good shot at making final 2. If she can make it through this double, she does have a really good chance to get to the end because people are going to need her to be an extra number against the other duo, right? So it is possible for sure. And I'm really pulling for her. I just can't believe that she's still even here at this point. Like, what did we do to deserve this season? I don't know. Wendy Will, thank you so much. Wendy says, I can see the show getting boring if Angela leaves. Yeah, that definitely will be a bummer because she has been such a huge part of keeping this season entertaining. Also, just like how bad everyone is at this game except for Chelsea. It's rough, but it is keeping it very entertaining. Jessica Noe, thank you so much. Jessica says, I don't like Angela the way you do, but targeting her is dumb and putting Leah up is even dumber for MJ. Yes. They are both solid numbers for McKenzie. Hats off to Chelsea, I guess. Thanks for the updates and making the season more enjoyable. Jessica, thank you so much for watching. We really, really appreciate you. My husband, Sean, yay! He's a nice flannel shirt. Thanks. I know he's wearing flannel today too, so we are the flannel twins. Love you. And Wayne Sugihara, thank you so much. Wayne says more likes, everyone. Come on, there are 410 of us. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, guys. I'm so glad that you all joined me today. It was a good one to join in on. And thanks again to Wayne. So that's where we're at. We'll see what happens over the next few days. I really hope it's not just going to be Leah hiding out in her room while everyone else talks crap about her, because that's just exhausting to watch. And I don't like that. So I'm hoping she will take the time to just, take it all in and then collect herself. And even if she doesn't stay, I hope she at least tries, right? So we'll see how it goes. But thanks again, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. And until next time, much love. Bye.